Hey guys, Philipp Doukakis here, welcome back to another video. Have you ever wondered what makes a video look like a real movie, like a classic movie? We see it in the theaters with this grain and all those characteristics we see on the film. You may have noticed that videos from cameras and mobile phones nowadays look simply too perfect, digital, clean and clinical, without life, without magic. On the other hand, movies that are made for the cinema, we see in the theaters, especially before the 90s, were produced with real analog film, like the Kodak Vision 3. And that, in combination with the projectors technology in the cinemas, that gives this film look, this characteristic film look we know from the past. So there's a very convenient plugin now, which is called Dehancer, for all popular video editing software like Davinci Resolve, Final Cut and Premiere Pro. And it's a film emulator that recreates this classic film look we know from the movies. That's very nice because you can take any digital video captured with your camera and make it like a classic movie. So 1 month ago, the Dehancer team reached out to me and asked if I could make an honest review of the plugin of this product, specifically the Dehancer Pro version. If you think this plugin is something for you because it's really amazing how it makes any video into a cinematic look with all this customization, filters and etc. Go ahead and get the trial version, and if you purchase that, please use the discount code Doukakis, so you get a 10% discount, and at the same time you support my channel by giving me 10% commission. So let's jump into it and see the pros and cons of this plugin. Before we start, if you try the plugin by yourself, make sure you read the comprehensive quick guide of Dehancer, which is very detailed and explains everything you need to know and how to set up your software. Once you applied all the settings described in the quick guide, you can start working with the plugin. Basically, I'm going to take this clip here I took in Madeira. It's a very nice forest called Fanal. I chose this clip because it has this nice horror movie feeling, so I would like to demonstrate what you can do with this Dehancer plugin. So let's drag this clip on our timeline, and here we are. So where's the plugin? The plugin is under Effects. If you type in Dehancer, it comes here immediately, and then either you can drag it on top of the video directly, or it is mostly recommended to make an adjustment layer and put it over the other clip so that you can apply the effect on multiple clips on the same time. We apply the effect and it's already, you see a difference. If I turn it off and on, there's a little difference because we didn't do anything yet. If you open the drop-down menus, you will see the first thing is input. This is a very important step to define the source. Depending on what kind of video you shoot, with what camera, etc., you can choose here, for example, if you have a specific camera, choose camera. And here are most of the cameras on the market listed, and you can choose it here and have the right profile defined. So my clip is made with a drone, which is a Mavic Air 3, and this is not listed here yet. Maybe in the future, in future updates, but it's not there yet. That's why I'm gonna do something different. Just leave it at Rec 709 and go to my clip. Choose my color settings, and I will take an input LUT I downloaded previously from the website from DJI, and here's a DJI Air 3D Log M to Rec 709 LUT. So now it's converted here in Rec 709, and I can go back to my Dehancer plugin here and choose a Rec 709. So now we are set up correctly. The next step is a film developer. This is just in case the contrast and something is a little bit off. You can correct it here. For example, the color boost, you can put some more color inside. And now this is the most important, the main feature of this plugin is the profile, the film profile. So here we have all kinds of films that are known in the market, and the most popular is this Kodak Vision 3. I'm going to choose this. Next one is film compression. One thing you have to keep on mind is always enable, if you use this tool, you have to enable it first so that you can see the difference. I always forget it, so check this, and now it's enabled, and you can see, for example, the white point. It's a little bit, makes a little difference here in the back. We can leave it like this, but the tonal range, that's the very most important thing on this film compression tool, because now you can define what is visible from the white part. And mostly in the movies you avoid having overexposed, very light areas, so the white is a little bit less white, like gray. It's also more convenient for the eye. The next tool is, okay, black point and white point. Here you can even adjust it even more if you need, but we're gonna leave it as it is. What is very nice in this Dehancer plugin is that every tool is made from top to bottom on the same procedure like the film production, and also there is this film, after film we have the print. So the print is also the final step, almost the final step, main step of the film production, and you can choose here also some of these profiles. I'm gonna take this, I think, that looks more, yeah, I would leave it there. Here you can also make some adjustments, like the color density. I like this when it makes the colors more, a little bit more dense. You don't see that difference here that strong, but yeah. Here we have the color head. This is just like color grading if you need to, like, if you want to make some adjustments of the yellow tones and magenta and blue, etc. But I'm gonna leave it like this. Now we are on the tools that are make this film more film-like. For example, color film grain. You have some pre-selected here profiles that simulate or emulate the focal length, different focal lengths, and I would keep this as it is. Additionally to that, you can customize it, so there are the size of the grain, the amount, film resolution. Often you have a very crispy 4K video and you want to make it less digital. So it helps if you reduce here the film resolution and make it with this film grain tool, because the algorithm is very good in this Dehancer tool that makes it really realistic. So we'll leave this as it is at 35mm. Yeah, that's okay. Halation is this red border you see sometimes in film. You can choose your mask mode if you enable it, and then you would see maybe here. It's very hard to see, but you would see the red corners light up. Maybe if we do the custom and make it more extreme, amplify, impact, and here you start seeing the red corners on the trees. So if I turn off the mask mode, you can see it here. But that's too much. It's not that realistic, so we keep it very, very decent. Maybe that one is nice. We can keep it like this. Bloom, also an effect that makes really nice light effects when you have sunset and more light rays in the scene. Here it's not that. You don't see a big difference, but we're gonna leave it like this. If you want to make it more old style, you can add some film damage. This is here, depending on what focal length you take. It's more tense or more intense or less. You will see some hairs and some film damage. All profiles can be customized. So here's a huge list of customization. So scratches, hairs, dust amount. You can make the dust amount bigger or amount of hairs. I would leave it on the 35mm. Vignette, we all know what it is. Film breathe is this effect that an accidental change in exposure happens, in contrast, in color, and it makes the video like pulsing. I don't know how to say it. It's something like going up and down the exposure. So yeah, you can use it also to make it look more vintage. Gate weave is when the film is put in the projector and sometimes it moves back and forth. This movement is simulated with this film gate weave tool, and that's also very nice. Then we have monitor. You can monitor the highlights and colors if it's in the right range. And in the Pro version there's also a LUT generator. You can export it and then you can use it later if you have if you've done some settings here you want to keep and use in other videos, you can save it as a LUT and then apply to your videos later. But here I have to mention that not all settings are integrated in this LUT. So the effects here, grain, halation and all the bloom, etc. are not included in the LUT. Only the color corrections you did in the previous tools here. And that's it. I'm gonna make a demonstration now with the final video after I export it and see how it looks. So this is how we made this horror-looking film look from our drone shoot. And so what are the pros and cons of this plugin? In my opinion, it has a very detailed, customizable tool set here. You have plenty of possibilities. You can be very creative with these tools, and yeah, it's very detailed. You can choose all the profiles, the camera profiles, if you find your camera in the list, and if not, you can still use this trick with the drone LUT I used. And yeah, I really enjoyed working with this plugin. And of course there are other overlays you can use for this film damage effect, but this is more professional and more detailed, and they use the algorithm that makes every pixel look with this grain and halation, everything more realistic. And you have full control of it. That's a very important thing. The Pro version has the additional things here. You can decide if you need it or not, depending on your business and how you work with videos and stuff. On the other hand, the price tag is a little bit high. That's something I would put on the downsides. But it depends again, if you're having a film studio that you're working with these kind of things all the time, then it's definitely worth it. For the private use, the price might be a little bit high. One other thing I would note, maybe the Dehancer team can correct it in the next version. That would be nice to turn on and off the tools from the top here without activating the drop-down menu, so that you can see from the beginning what is active and what is not. So it would be very nice to have the activation button here, because you forget it always. You have to look down and enable it here. That's the only thing I would say was a little bit tricky here for the usage. But again, it's very easy to use, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants to make these kind of vintage films and use the Kodak Vision Pro filter, for example. All these profiles, film profiles that are listed in the plugin are very helpful. You can choose a variety of filters and make these kinds of classic looking vintage films. There's one more last thing I want to show you. The same plugin, Dehancer plugin, we saw here on the PC, on Premiere Pro. You can use all profiles, film profiles and filters with your phone. There's an application. If you go to the App Store and open here, let me show you. So this is the application, and you can choose any video from your library. And if we take this, you have here the preview. You can play it, scroll. It's actually very easy. Here you can adjust the size. You make it bigger. And yeah, either you choose one of the presets that are pre-configured here with a filter that, for example, looks very good already. Easy and done. Or if you like, you can edit and customize all the tools we saw on the PC also. So now we are finished, and we just go here and export it. Let's export it at full resolution. And you see it takes some time. Of course, it needs some time to process the video because there are many effects we applied. So I will keep it running, and let's skip it when it's done. So that's it. Here you see the comparison between the original file and the file with the Dehancer profiles I applied on it, and all the effects, the grain, the halation, the damage. And yeah, it's an easy tool you can use even on your mobile phone. So check it out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope it was helpful for you to understand how it works. And yeah, leave a comment or like and subscribe for even more videos. See you next time.